Hello from London. I'm Naomi. I've had a few requests to show you how I do my flip cups. So that's what this video is. It's my first attempt at a creation video. So let's see how we get on. So I did actually do a painting yesterday and I've got paint left over from that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start layering straight away, starting with yellow. And I kind of work through my colours sort of how they would appear in the rainbow, or keeping them in that sort of order. My paint, oh, that feels a bit thick. A bit thick. That's all right. My pouring mediums glue, PVA craft glue, mixed 3 parts glue to 2 parts water. And then I mix that 50-50 with my paints, and then I add water to get to the right consistency. That's pretty much gone, that one. I did actually do a video of the one that I did yesterday, but I wasn't very happy with it. So we're not using that one. I've got 2 lots of blue. I've got quite a lot of blue here. Now blue does tend to take over, but I'll take that risk. Try and do this as quickly as possible. And each colour has 1 or 2 drops of silicone oil. I use Montmartre silicone oil rather than, I know hair serums and so on are quite popular. I bought the silicone oil right at the beginning when I was just starting to do acrylic pouring. And I reckon it's going to do me about 200 paintings, and I think it cost about 12 quid. So I'm quite happy just sticking with that because it gives really good results. And it's a tiny proportion of the overall cost of your painting. The big cost is the canvas. Okay, right, so where are we? Back to the yellow. I put the yellow in first because yellow tends to disappear. So I'm giving it the best chance that I can by putting it at the bottom of the cup, which means it'll be at the top when we flip. Yeah, I think that is pretty much gone. Pretty much done. They're mainly Amsterdam paints. The pink is 2 Liquitex colours mixed together. One of which is fluorescent pink, which I love. It just brightens everything up. The other one is quinacridone magenta. Let's put a little bit more white in. Don't want too much white because it can end up washing out, but a little bit is nice. So I've got titanium white, turquoise green, this is cobalt blue, I've got brilliant blue, and azo yellow deep. I think that's probably the, let's finish this off, this cobalt. Quite a slug of pink there. I'm putting maybe 600 grams of mixed paint on this 40 by 30 canvas, which is a lot more than the guides tell you, but I learned to do this by watching lots of videos, and the one that really got me there was Julie Cutts at pouring Your Heart Out, and she uses a lot of paint, and you do end up pouring quite a lot of it off the sides, hence the dirty silicone mat, but it's a false economy to use too little paint because your cells end up getting really stretched. I'm getting a bit random with the order of the paints now. Don't think it matters too much for these, which are going to be towards the bottom. Yeah, I've got a bit of this left. Let's stick a bit more brilliant blue. So these 2 cups are 330ml cups, and they're going to be fairly full. So, bit more, yeah, let's just top it up a little bit more. This is a different mix of yellow from the painting that I did yesterday. It's got a lot of lemon yellow in it, and that kind of predominated when I flipped it, and I wasn't sure that I liked it. So just a bit of that at the end there. I think that's probably enough because it's slightly less full than normal, but I'm using the runoff from yesterday's painting now to just cover my corners. When you flip, the corners can be quite hard to get to. So I'm just going to put this khaki, just a mixture of all the paints together on the corners, just to make sure that they are covered. This should all get tipped off, but it just helps it flow better when it gets into the corners there. Right, okay, so is there enough there? I'm just wondering. Let's just put a bit more. Yeah, okay, that's enough. Let's flip. That's 1 and 2. Do it nice and quickly and confidently. You won't get it coming out of the bottom of the cup. In terms of consistency, to make sure that everything is the same consistency, I'll do a drip test. So this is the one that I did yesterday. And so you just put a blob of each colour on, in this case, a piece of photographic paper, and then tilt it. And if it runs more slowly, then it's thicker, and you add a bit of water. So I added a little bit more water to my yellow when I did my drip test, and a tiny bit to the blue. So I make sure that all my paints are the same consistency. Literally 1 or 2 drops of my silicone oil. So this is my silicone oil. You can't actually even see that it's marked, just about. But as I say, this tiny bottle is going to do me, I reckon, 200 paintings. And I mix it in well once I've added it into the paint. I'm going to move everything out of the way so I can tilt without hitting anything. And important thing is a paint catcher, a piece of cardboard. So I'm just going to grab one. Here we are. So just a piece of cardboard, I just cut up a cardboard box, and we just use that to stop too much paint falling off the canvas before we want it to. Right. Bit of a tap, just make sure it's released from the bottom of the cup, and away we go. Oh, look at that. Wow. Bit more on these corners. not much pink in that one. Did I not put very much pink in? Never mind. Looks lovely. And there we go, a bit more pink maybe coming through there. Right, it's going to start making its way to the corners, so need to take control. Now what am I going to do? So I like to get the canvas pretty much covered before I start torching, because otherwise the cells will stretch too much. So these ones that have popped up, they look really sweet and pretty now, but they are going to end up being big cells. So it's the ones that haven't been born yet that will be the nice ones. So I'm just going to tilt a bit just to get coverage. Yeah, I think that's all right. Gonna cover. Ooh, there we go. Whoops, down there and now back again. And the top. Let's get it down this end. Oops. Around the corner. So you'll see that apart from the few that popped up immediately, there's not many cells so far, which I'm quite happy about. I don't really want them yet. So we just got one little bit down here, but that's fine. I'll be able to move the paint across and cover this shortly. Kitchen towel is important to have on hand. Once you've got your paint down, you have to observe a no-fly zone over your canvas, because it's really easy that painty hands can end up dripping all over, and that's a disaster. So observe the no-fly zone. Don't allow anything to pass over the top that's got paint on it. Time to do our first torch. So the torching is going to warm the silicone oil that's in the paints, and that will then rise up through the layers of the different colours and create our cells. So I'm just going to keep the torch quite high off the canvas to avoid getting too many caterpillars, which is sort of rows of cells. I can see a couple come up there. Don't mind caterpillars. So yeah, got a few popping up, but not that many because we've still got too much paint on the canvas. So now I'm going to start tilting, and we'll take some of the paint off. There we are, and finish covering the canvas. Yay! So that's done. Oh, I really like these colours. That sort of purple in the middle is beautiful. Just bringing it back. And I'm just going to torch again. So now we've got a bit less paint, we should see some more cells coming through. Oh, I really like the colours on this one. Oh, lovely, lovely. I'm just going to bring the paint down because I think I'd quite like to get rid of some of this stripy stuff at the bottom. I don't mind stripy bits, but I just don't really like that one. Oh, this is so pretty. So I'm just walking it down quite gently. Once your cells have popped up, you have to be quite careful to make sure that they don't get all overstretched and baggy. And so I can see there's a lot of weight of paint here and not as much here, and the cells are more well developed here, which is a bit of a problem. Not too much. There, let's bring that back. I'm going to torch again. Some really nice ones here. Oh, some really, really nice ones popping up now. Oh, I love these colours. I think what I'm also going to do, let me just flip this round carefully. Oh, very carefully, so that you can get a view of the other end. So, just tilting backwards and forwards to help develop some of these cells. Now, what I am going to do later is balloon dip, or dip a balloon into any groups of cells that I don't particularly like the look of, to make sort of flowers. It's something that I've done quite a lot on my previous paintings. Yeah, there's definitely not much paint down here, and it's just stopping the paint moving into that corner. But it's not a big issue. Just have to be very patient. I think this might be my favourite colour combination for quite a long time. And the blue has not taken over in the same way that it can do. It's blended really nicely with the pink. It's lovely. And the yellow, which sometimes can just get completely lost, there's just a nice amount of that as well. So this is shaping up to be something rather lovely. I mean, I'm going to stop actually, because I can see there are some, it is getting a bit misshapen, but there are still some lovely, lovely cells. Okay. I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, I'm back again. I've done some balloon dips off camera, but I'll just do one final one just to show you what I do. I mean, no big surprise really. I've already done this one once, and then I torched it to create these little cells that pop up out of the middle, which I call pollen. But they've all spread and gone a bit strange, so I'm just going to do this again. See what happens. So just gently dipping down. There's no water in this balloon. You can put water in it just to get a bit of extra weight. Oh, that's nice. It looks lovely on the bottom as well. And I sometimes would wipe that on some photographic paper just to get a nice pattern on that, and I can then use that to I can glue a cabochon to a glass cabochon and make a pendant from it. So a little byproduct from the painting process. And do I want to do any more? Do I? Don't think so, actually. No, shall I just do this one again? It's a bit strange. So just gently dipping in, lifting up. Oh yes, that's nice as well. And then I am going to torch again. One of the reasons I do this perhaps a bit earlier than other people might is I like to torch and get just a few more little cells. And also I'm just very impatient. Do I want to do one here? Yes, I think I do. Why not? Let's have a bit of fun. So, where shall I do it? It's all a bit dodgy. That's nice. I do realise that I have sort of overstretched the painting a bit. When I watched the earlier video back, I was like, stop, about 2/3 of the way through. But no, I carried on tilting. I will learn to be a bit more controlled about it eventually. So I am still really, really happy with all the colours on this one. And I will probably post the video now, so if you want to see the dry version, I'll do that at the beginning of my next video. So please do subscribe if you want to see that or any more videos of my pours. And thank you very much for watching.